Footnotes. Preface to the 5th edition. 1 from Father Seraphim's Chronicle of the St. Herman Brotherhood, entry for May 10, 1976. 2 Some of these encounters are described in Father Seraphim Rose, His Life and Works. St. Herman of Alaska Brotherhood, Platina, California, 2003, pages 688-90. 3 Letter of Constance E. Cumbay to the St. Herman of Alaska Brotherhood, July 8, 1988. Introduction. 1 Sobernost, Summer 1971, p. 171. 2 Full text in Ibid, pages 166-74. 3 As cited in J. Gregerson, Nicholas Berdiev, Prophet of a New Age, Orthodox Life. Jordanville, New York, 1962, number 6, where full references are given. Chapter I, The Monotheistic Religions. 1 For this 5th edition, some theological clarifications have been made in this chapter by the editors. Chapter 2, The Power of the Pagan Gods. 1 Further on Perlist, see below, p. 143 ff. 2 Editors note, few, even of those most desirous of entering into dialogue with Eastern religions and of expressing their basic religious unity with them, have any precise conception of the pagan religious practices and beliefs from whose tyranny the blessed and light yoke of Christ has liberated mankind. The goddess Kali, one of the most popular of Hindu deities, is most commonly depicted in the midst of a riot of blood and carnage, skulls and severed heads hanging from her neck, her tongue grotesquely protruding from her mouth. Thirsting for more blood, she is appeased in Hindu temples by bloody offerings of goats. Swami Vivekananda justifies this, why not a little blood to complete the picture of her? Swami Vivekananda, as recorded by his disciple Sister Nivedita, said further, I believe that she guides me in every little thing that I do, and does with me what she will. And at every step he was conscious of her presence as if she were a person in the room with him. He invoked her, come, O Mother, come. For terror is thy name, and it was his religious ideal to become one with the terrible forevermore. Is this, as Metropolitan George's cadre tries to persuade us, to be accepted as an example of the authentic spiritual life of the unbaptized, a part of the spiritual riches which we are to take from the non-Christian religions? Or is it not rather a proof of the psalmist's words, the gods of the pagans are demons? 3 Editors note to the 5th edition, for an exposition of Vivekananda's evolutionary views. See Swami Vivekananda on Darwin, Evolution, and the Perfect Man, What is Enlightenment? Spring/Summer 2002, pages 58-63, 150-51. The Guru Sri Aurobindo, 1872. 1950, was another major proponent of modern evolutionism according to Hindu metaphysics. See his book The Life Divine, Lotus Press, Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, 1985. Chapter 4, Eastern Meditation Invades Christianity. 1 J. M. Decanet, Christian Yoga, Harper & Row, New York, 1972, First English translation. 1960. 2 Harper & Row, New York, 1971. 3 All citations in this section are from Johann Robbins and David Fisher, Tranquility Without Pills, All About Transcendental Meditation, Peter H. Wyden Incorporated, New York, 1972. 4 CTM in Court, the complete text of the federal court's opinion in the case of Malnik v. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, Spiritual Counterfeits Project, P.O. Box 4308 Berkeley, California. 94704. Chapter V, The New Religious Consciousness. 1 Charles Glock and Robert Bellat, The New Religious Consciousness, University of California Press, Berkeley, 1976, pages 31-32. 2 Robert Greenfield, The Spiritual Supermarket, Saturday Review Press, New York, 1975. p. 43. 3. The Journal of Shasta Abbey, January, February 1978, p. 6. 4. See Bishop Ignatius Brian Chaninov's exposition of the Orthodox teaching on the spiritual and sensuous perception of spirits and the opening of man's doors of perception, in the Orthodox Word, number 82, 1978. 5. C. G. Kennett, How to Grow a Lotus Blossom, Shasta Abbey, 1977. A Zen Masters description of her near-death visions. Chapter 6, Signs from Heaven. 1. Sheila Ostrander and Lynn Schroeder, Psychic Discoveries Behind the Iron Curtain. Bantam Books, 1977, pages 98 to 99. See articles in Russian of Dr. Vyacheslav Zaitsev, Visitors from Outer Space, in Sputnik, January 1967, and Temples and Spaceships, Sputnik, January 1968. 2. See Time Magazine, April 24, 1978. 3. Robert Scholes and Eric S. Rabkin, Science Fiction, History, Science, Vision, Oxford University Press, 1977, p. 175. 4. Scholes and Rabkin, p. 183. 5. G. V. Grabens, Ivana Framov's Theory of Soviet Science Fiction, Vantage Press, New York, 1978, pages 108, 110. 6. Ibid, pages 109 to 10. 7. UFOs in Space, Anatomy of a Phenomenon, Ballantine Books, New York, 1977, first. Published by Henry Regnery Company, 1965, page numbers as indicated in parentheses in text above. 8. Ibid, p. 47. 9. Ibid, pages 47 to 53. 10. Ibid, p. 53. 11. Ibid, p. 31. 12. Ruppelt, Report on Unidentified Flying Objects, Ace Books, New York, 1956, pages 80, 83. 13. Hinek, The UFO Experience, A Scientific Inquiry, Ballantine Books, New York, 1977, pp. 215, 219. 14. UFOs, What Are They, in Smyrna, April 7, 1967. See also his article Unidentified Flying Objects in Soviet Life, February 1968, Ostrander and Schroeder, Psychic Discoveries Behind the Iron Curtain, pages 94 to 103. 15. Felix Ziegel, On Possible Exchange of Information with Extraterrestrial Civilizations. Paper presented at the All-Union Engineering Institute in Moscow, March 13, 1967, Psychic Discoveries, p. 96. 16. Philip J. Klass, UFOs Explained, Random House, New York, 1974, p. 360. 17. The Hinek UFO Report, Dell Publishing Co., New York, 1977, chs. 4-9, The UFO Experience, chs. 5-10. 18. J. Allen Hinek and Jacques Vallée, The Edge of Reality, A Progress Report on Unidentified Flying Objects, Henry Regnery Co., Chicago, 1975, pages 289 to 90. 19. Vallée, UFOs in Space, pages 187 to 91, Hinek, The UFO Experience, pages 172 to 77. 20. Jacques Vallée, The Invisible College, E.P. Dutton Incorporated, New York, 1975, pages 17, 21. 21. John A. Keel, UFOs, Operation Trojan Horse, G. P. Putnam's Sons, New York, 1970, p. 303. 22. Vallée, Passport to Magonia, Henry Regnerico, Chicago, 1969, pages 150-51. 23 Ibid, pages 23-25. One of the pancakes was actually analyzed by the Food and Drug Laboratory of the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, and was found to be of terrestrial origin. 24 Lynn G. Cato, UFOs and Related Subjects, an Annotated Bibliography, U.S. Government Printing Office, Washington, D.C., 1969. 25 Clifford Wilson and John Weldon, Close Encounters, A Better Explanation, Master Books, San Diego, 1978, Spiritual Counterfeits Project Journal, Berkeley, California, August 1977, UFOs, Is Science Fiction Coming True? 26 The Orthodox Doctrine of Demons and Angels, Their Manifestations, and the Human Perception of Them, as summarized by the great Orthodox Father of the 19th century. Bishop Ignatius Brian Chaninov, is set forth in the book The Soul After Death, St. Herman of Alaska Brotherhood, Platina, California, 1979. 27 Eastern Orthodox Books, Willits, California, 1976. 28 The Orthodox Word, Number 70, 1976. 29 Fr. Hoare, Translator, The Western Fathers, Harper Torchbacks, New York, 1965, pp. 36-41. 30 The Northern Thebaid, St. Herman of Alaska Brotherhood, Platina, California, 1975, pages 91. 92 Third edition, 2004, pages 95, 96. 31 S. Nilus, The Power of God and Man's Weakness, in Russian, St. Sergius Lavra, 1908. St. Herman Brotherhood, 1976, pages 279-98. 32 Many of the reports of Bigfoot and other monsters show the same occult characteristics as UFO sightings, and often they occur in connection with such sightings. 33 Two other recently discovered paranormal phenomena reveal how boldly the demons are now making use of physical means, in particular, modern technical devices, in order to enter into contact with men. 1. One Latvian researcher, now followed by others, has discovered the phenomenon of mysterious voices which appear unexplainably on tape recorders, even when the recording is done under clinical conditions in a totally soundless atmosphere, with results very similar to those of seances. The presence of a medium or psychic in the room seems to help the phenomenon. Konstantin Radiv, Breakthrough. An amazing experiment in electronic communication with the dead, Taplinger Publishing Co., New York, 1971. 2. Metallic voice space people for some time have supposedly been using the telephone to communicate with both contactees and UFO researchers. The possibility of a hoax in such a phenomenon, of course, is high. But in recent years the voices of the dead, convincing to those who are contacted, have been heard in telephone conversations with their loved ones. It can hardly be denied, as the reporter of this phenomenon notes, that the demons of old are marching among us again to a degree unheard of in the past. Keel, UFOs, Operation Trojan Horse, p. 306. 34 S. Nilus, Svyadenya Podsputum, Sergiev Posad, 1911, p. 122. Chapter 7, The Charismatic Revival. 1 Pat King, in Logos Journal, September, October 1971, p. 50. This international charismatic journal should not be confused with Father E. Stephanu's Logos. Most books will be cited in this chapter only by author and page number. Full bibliographical information is supplied at the end of the chapter. 3 Bishop Theophan the Recluse, What is the Spiritual Life, Jordanville, New York, 1962, pp. 247-48, in Russian. Second English edition, The Spiritual Life, St. Paisius Serbian. Orthodox Monastery, Safford, Arizona, 2003, p. 270. Father Eusebius Stephanou, Logos, Jan. 1972, p. 13, attempts to justify the present-day reception of the Holy Spirit outside the Church by citing the account of the household of Cornelius the centurion, Acts 10, which received the Holy Spirit before baptism. But the difference in the two cases is crucial. The reception of the Holy Spirit by Cornelius and his household was the sign that they should be joined to the Church by baptism, whereas contemporary Pentecostals by their experience are only confirmed in their delusion that there is no one saving Church of Christ. 4c Burdick, pages 66-67. 5 VP Bykov, Tiki Priody, Moscow, 1913, pages 168-70. 6c Kurt Kook, Occult Bondage and Deliverance, Kregel Publications, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 1970, pages 168-70. 7 Kurt Kook, Between Christ and Satan, Kregel Publications, 1962, p. 124. This book and Dr. Cox's Occult Bondage offer a remarkable confirmation, based on 20th century experience, of virtually every manifestation of mediumism, magic, sorcery, etc., that is found in the Holy Scriptures and the Orthodox lives of saints, the source of all of which, of course, is the devil. On only a few points will the Orthodox reader have to correct his interpretations. 8 Simon A. Blackmore, S.J., Spiritism Facts and Frauds, Benziger Brothers, New York, 1924. Chapter 4, Mediums, pages 89-105 Passim. 9 On Oral Roberts, C. Kurt Kook, Occult Bondage, pages 52-55. 10 Ronald A. Knox, Enthusiasm, A Chapter in the History of Religion, Oxford, Galaxy. Book, 1961, pages 550-51. 11 See the Orthodox Word, Number 4, 1965, pages 155-58. 12 Conference 15:2, in Owen Chadwick, Western Asceticism, Westminster Press. Philadelphia, Penn, 1958, p. 258. 13 Wilson Van Dusen, The Presence of Other Worlds, Harper and Row, New York, 1974. Pages 120-25. 14 C. I. H. Lewis, Ecstatic Religion, An Anthropological Study of Spirit Possession and Shamanism, Penguin Books, Baltimore, 1971, pages 45, 88, 156, etc., and illustration 9. 15 Staryets Makarios of Optina, Harbin, 1940, p. 100, in Russian. English edition, Elder. Makarios of Optina, St. Herman of Alaska Brotherhood, Platina, California, 1995, p. 326. 16 C. Blackmore, Spiritism, pages 144-75, where an example is given of a Catholic priest who was physically pursued by a Ouija board, propelled, of course, by a demon, when he tried to give up using it. Chapter 8, Conclusion, The Spirit of the Last Times. 1 Published in Russian with the writings of Sts. Barsina Pius the Great and John, Moscow. 1855, pages 654-55. 2 See for example Gordon Lindsay, Israel's Destiny and the Coming Deliverer, Christ for the Nations Pub. Co., Dallas, Texas, pages 28-30. 3 Such is the Orthodox teaching of Sts. Basil the Great, Gregory the Theologian, Andrew of Caesarea, and many other fathers. See Archbishop of Urki, Guide to the Study of the New Testament, Part 2, in Russian, Jordanville, New York, 1956, pages 434-38. English trans in The Apocalypse in the Teachings of Ancient Christianity, St. Herman of Alaska Brotherhood. Platina, California, 1995, pages 253, 54. 4. Compare Billy Graham, World Aflame, Doubleday, Pocket Cardinal ed., New York, 1966. p. 178, C. H. McIntosh, The Lord's Coming, Moody Press, Chicago, pages 30-31, and many other fundamentalists. 5. C. Kurt Koch, Day X, Kregel Publications, Grand Rapids, Michigan, pages 116-17. 6. I Thes 4:16, 17 refers to the second coming of Christ, which according to the Holy Fathers comes after the tribulation and the reign of Antichrist. 7. C. Kurt Koch, The Revival in Indonesia, Kregel Publications, 1970, and Mel Terry, Like a Mighty Wind, Creation House, Carroll Stream, Illinois, 1971. Epilogue. 1. The name given to it by Jones himself and the zealots who helped perform it, see Time Magazine, December 4, 1978, p. 20. 2. Marshall Kilduff and Ron Javiers, The Suicide Cult, Bantam Books, 1978, p. 14. 3. Neil Duddy and Mark Albrecht, Questioning Jonestown, in the periodical Radix. Berkeley, California, January, February 1979, p. 15. Epilogue to the 5th edition. 1. B. A. Robinson, New Age Spirituality, Ontario Consultants on Religious Tolerance. Ontario, Canada, 1995. 2. CP 39 above. 3. Alison Lentini, Lost in the Supermarket, Pop Music and Spiritual Commerce, Spiritual Counterfeits Project Newsletter, 22:4, 23:1, 1999, p. 25. 4. Radio interview with J.K. Rowling on The Diane Rame Show, WAMU, National Public Radio, October 20, 1999. Quoted in Richard Abane's Harry Potter and the Bible, Horizon Books, Camp Hill, Penn, 2001, p. 205. 5. Monk Innocent, Potter's Field, Harry Potter and the Popularization of Witchcraft, The Orthodox Word, number 220, 2001, pages 241-55. 6. Linda Harvey, How Sorcery Chic Permeates Girl Culture, Spiritual Counterfeits Project. Newsletter, 27:2, 2002-2003, pages 1-15. 7. Brooks Alexander, Witchcraft Goes Mainstream, Eugene, Oregon, Harvest House, 2004. Pages 48-49, 68. 8. Potter Fans Turning to Witchcraft, This is London, Associated Newspapers, Limited, August 4, 2000. 9. Occult Sites Lure Teenagers, BBC News, April 22, 2000. 10. American Religious Identification Survey, February, April 2001. 11. Brooks Alexander, Witchcraft Goes Mainstream, p. 47. 12. American Religious Identification Survey, February, April 2001. 13. Connecticut Citizens for Constitutional Education, January 22, 1980. 14. Marilyn Ferguson, The Aquarian Conspiracy, J.P. Tarcher Incorporated, Los Angeles, 1980, p. 369. 15. Catherine Sanders, Matthew Fox's Techno-Cosmic Masses, Spiritual Counterfeits. Project Newsletter, Volume 26:3, Spring 2002, p4. 16 Deborah Corbett, The Trouble with Truth, A Review of the Illness That We Are, A. Jungian Critique of Christianity by John P. Dourley, Epiphany Journal, Spring 1986, pages 82. 90, Jungian Psychology as Catholic Theology, St. Catherine Review, May, June 1997, and Mitch Packway, S.J., Catholics and the New Age, Servant Publications, Ann Arbor, Michigan. 1992. 17 Deborah Corbett, The Jungian Challenge to Modern Christianity, Epiphany Journal. Summer 1988, pages 33 to 40. 18 Craig Branch Reimagining God, Watchman Expositor, 11:5, 1994, pages 4 to 6, 19. 19 Parker T. Williamson, Staying Alive, Reimaginers Gather, The Presbyterian Layman. July 2004, p9. 20 Diane L. Nippers, Ye Goddesses, Foundations, May 28, 1998. 21 Parker T. Williamson, Sophia Upstages Jesus at Reimagining Revival, The Presbyterian Layman, 31:3, May, June 1998. 22 The Rise of Pentecostalism, Christian History, No. 58, 1998, p3. 23 Dr. Nick Needham, The Toronto Blessing, The Shepherd, 16:3, December 1995. 24 The Dictionary of Pentecostal and Charismatic Movements notes that Catherine Coleman, 1906 to 1976, was the person responsible for introducing the modern phenomenon of being slain in the Spirit. Whereas earlier manifestations of being slain in the Spirit usually lasted for a few minutes, at the touch of Rodney Howard-Browne people have been out for several hours. 25 Rodney Howard-Browne, The Coming Revival, RHBEA. Publications, Louisville, Kentucky, 1991, p6. 26 Paul Carden, Toronto Blessing Stirs Worldwide Controversy, Rock's Vineyard Movement, Christian Research Journal, Winter 1995, p5. 27 Deacon R. Thomas Zell, Signs, Wonders, and Angelic Visitations, again, September 1995, p6. 28 Kurt Karg, Rodney Howard-Browne / Toronto Airport Vineyard Phenomena, Position. Paper, October 1996, available from Spiritual Counterfeits Project. 29 Timothy Brett Copeland, Discerning the Spirit, Reflections of a Charismatic Christian. Again, September 1995, p9. 30 Nun Cornelia, Exorcisms in Russia Today, Death to the World, No. 10, 1995, p10. 31 CP 149 above. 32 Testimony of former Muthananda disciple Joy Smith, in Focus Magazine, No. 12, Winter 1995/1996. 33 Quoted in Talbrook, Writers on the Cosmic Circuit, Lion Publishing, Batavia, Illinois. 1986, p45. 34 Quoted in Tony Pearce, Holy Laughter and the New Age Movement, Light for the Last Days, London, p3. 35 Juliet Wynne, An Evening with Rodney Howard-Browne, Christian Research Journal. Winter 1995, p44. 36 Quoted in Charles and Francis Hunter, Holy Laughter, Hunter Books, Kingwood, Texas. 1994, p5. 37 Barbara Marks Hubbard, Teachings from the Inner Christ for Founders of a New World. Order of the Future, Foundation for Conscious Evolution, Greenbury, California, 1994. 38 Barbara Marks Hubbard, The Revelation, A Message of Hope for the New Millennium. Second edition, Nutraj Publishing, 1995. 39 Whitley Strieber, Communion, A True Story, HarperCollins, New York, 1987, revised. Edition, Avon, 1995. 40 Whitley Strieber, The Secret School, HarperCollins, New York, 1997, p. 15. 41 Whitley Strieber, Confirmation, The Hard Evidence of Aliens Among Us, St. Martin's Press, New York, 1999. 42 Strieber, The Secret School, pages 229, 225 to 26, 233. 43 Ibid, pages 226, 228 to 29. 44 Strieber, Confirmation, p. 286. 45 Strieber, The Secret School, p. 226. 46 Strieber, Confirmation, p. 279. 47 Ibid, pages 287 to 88. 48 Ibid, pages 288 to 89. 49 According to Blavatsky, the purpose of the Theosophical Society was to oppose the materialism of science and every form of dogmatic theology, especially the Christian, which the chiefs of the society regard as particularly pernicious. Blavatsky, The Secret Doctrine. Volume 3, 1888, p. 386. Incidentally, Blavatsky appears as a character in the above-mentioned Harry Potter books, under the anagram V. Labatsky. 50 Teilhard de Chardin, How I Believe, Harper and Row, New York, 1969, p. 41. 51 Alice Bailey, The Externalization of the Hierarchy, Lucy's Publishing Company, New York. 1957, p. 118. 52 This is also the view of the feminist theologians of the reimagining movement, who honor Eve for having partaken of the forbidden fruit. 53 Blavatsky, The Secret Doctrine, Volume 2, The Theosophical Publishing House, Wheaton, Illinois, 1888, Revised ed. 1970, pages 243, 513. 54 David Spangler, Reflections on the Christ, Findhorn Community Press, Scotland, 1978. p. 37. 55 Ibid, pages 40, 44. 56 Alice Bailey, Problems of Humanity, Lucy's Publishing Company, New York, 1947, revised. ed. 1964, p. 140. 57 Blavatsky, The Secret Doctrine, Volume 2, p. 378, Isis Unveiled, Volume 1, The Theosophical Publishing House, Wheaton, Illinois, 1877, revised ed. 1972, p. 613. 58 David Spangler, Explorations, Emerging Aspects of the New Culture, Findhorn Publications Lecture Series, 1980, p. 68. 59 Rear Admiral Chester Ward, Review of the News, April 9, 1980, pages 37 to 38. 60 The Charlie Rose Show, May 4, 1993. Quoted in Talbrook, One World, and Run Publishing, Berkeley, California, 2000, pages 7 to 8. 61 Strobe Talbot, The Birth of a Global Nation, Time Magazine, July 20, 1992. 62 Alice A. Bailey, The Destiny of the Nations, Lucy's Publishing Company, New York, 1949. p. 52. 63 Robert Muller, My Testament to the UN, A Contribution to the 50th Anniversary of the United Nations World Happiness and Cooperation, Anacortes, Washington, 1995, p. 4. 64 Robert Muller, 2000 Ideas and Dreams for a Better World, Idea 1101, July 16, 1997. 65 In the Last Decade, witchcraft has played an prominent role in the interfaith movement. At the Centennial Conference of the Parliament of the World's Religions, held in Chicago in 1993, Wicca took center stage. As Covenant of the Goddess officer Don Frew notes, we witches found ourselves the media darlings of the conference. By the end of the 9 days, the academics attending the parliament were saying, in 1893, America was introduced to the Buddhists and Hindus. In 1993, we met the Neopagans. From that point on, Neopagans would be included in almost every national or global interfaith event. Don Frew, The Covenant of the Goddess and the Interfaith Movement, quoted in Brooks. Alexander, Witchcraft Goes Mainstream, p. 211. 66 Bishop William Swing, The Coming United Religions Initiative and Conexus Press, 1998, p. 63. 67 Ibid, pages 58 to 59. 68 State of the World Forum, A New Spirituality, quoted in Lee Penn, The United Religions, Foundation for a World Religion, Spiritual Counterfeits Project Journal, 22:4. 23:1, 1999, pages 64 to 65. 69 Ken Wilber, The Marriage of Sense and Soul, Integrating Science and Religion, Random House, Broadway Books, New York, 1998, pages 204 to 5, 211. 70 This idea of conscious evolution is extremely popular today among New Age circles. Earlier expositions of it can be found in the writings of Teilhard de Chardin. Man discovers that he is nothing else than evolution become conscious of itself, the phenomenon of man. 1961, p. 221, and in those of Alice Bailey, for the first time mankind is intelligently participating in the evolutionary process, the externalization of the hierarchy, 1957, p. 685. 71 Ken Wilber, The Marriage of Sense and Soul, p. 206. 72 Ken Wilber, One Taste, Shambhala Publications, Boston, 1999, pages 311, 345. 73 Parker T. Williamson, Sophia upstages Jesus at Reimagining Revival, The Presbyterian Layman, 31:3, May, June 1998. 74 Ken Wilber, Up from Eden, A Transpersonal View of Human Evolution, The Theosophical Publishing House, Wheaton, Illinois, 1981, p. 256, quoting from Elaine Pagels, The Gnostic Gospels Revelations, New York Review of Books, 26:16, 1979. 75 It will be remembered that these same ideas are found, in an only slightly different form, in the faith movement that spawned the Holy Laughter Revival. 76 Father Seraphim Rose, Contemporary Signs of the End of the World, a talk given at the University of California, Santa Cruz, May 14, 1981, in the Orthodox Word, number 228, 2003. p. 32. 77 USA Today / Gallup Poll, 2002. 78 Neil Donald Walsh, Conversations with God, An Uncommon Dialogue, Book 2. Hampton Roads Publishing Co., Inc., Charlottesville, Virginia, 1997, p. 57. 79 Neil Donald Walsh, The New Revelations, A Conversation with God, Simon and Schuster, Atria Books, New York, 2002, pages 142 to 43, 258.